Hi, I'm Robin Darling, registered dietitian at Memorial Center for Cancer Support.
And I'm Sharon Hopper, the other dietitian at the Center for Cancer Support at CHI Memorial.
Today we're here to talk to you a little bit about tips for preventing cancer, and also those tips will help people prevent the reoccurrence of cancer.
So we're going over the cancer prevention recommendations from the American Institute for Cancer Research and the World Cancer Research Fund. We will read over the 10 guidelines, and then we will expound on each one more individually after that. The first one is to be as lean as possible without becoming underweight.
Be physically active for at least 30 minutes every day.
Avoid sugary drinks. Limit the consumption of energy-dense foods.
Eat more of a variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and legumes such as beans.
Limit consumption of red meats like beef, pork, and lamb, and avoid processed meats.
If consumed at all, limit alcoholic drinks to 2 for men and 1 for women a day.
Limit consumption of salty foods and foods processed with salt.
Don't use supplements for protection against cancer.
And it's best for mothers to breastfeed exclusively for up to 6 months and then add other liquids and foods.
After treatment, cancer survivors should always follow the recommendations for cancer prevention.
And always remember, do not smoke or chew tobacco. So why does weight matter? Being physically active can actually help prevent at least 12 types of cancer and other health issues such as heart disease and diabetes. We have a body mass index chart to go over here in case you're not familiar with one. The body mass index chart will have height in inches on the far left column. 60 inches is considered 5 feet. So for each inch over, you will add. For each inch under, you'll take away. I'm 67 inches. So from there, on the left column, I would go horizontally to the right until I find a weight closest to my own weight. And from that weight, I will go straight up the column to the very top number, which is my body mass index or BMI number. If it falls between around 19 and just under 25, that's considered the normal range. Higher than that is overweight and obesity. The normal range means that you carry the least health risks. The higher the number, the BMI number, the more health risks are possible. Though it doesn't mean that nobody will have any health risks in the normal range. It does definitely decrease that risk.
Great reasons to be active. We actually even have a separate video just on being active during cancer treatment and for survivors. But part of the reason why to be active is it reduces your risk of cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. It also reduces your risk of obesity, stroke, and your cholesterol can be affected. We just think it's a way to handle stress, and stress has a big effect on your immunity system. We also think that it's a good way to improve your circulation. It helps with sleep. And just overall, the more activity we have, the closer to our cardiovascular health we usually do, and the less our risk for cancer.
The next slide is inflammation station. These foods include lots of sugary items, high-fat items, foods that are high in calories, fat, sugar that provides little nutritional value and a lot of calories. That makes it hard to maintain a healthy weight, and it may also increase inflammation in the body, which is a precursor to health problems such as cancer, diabetes, heart disease, etc.
Plant power. Of course, we recommend that people eat more fruits and vegetables. It's always wise to get as much color into your diet as you can. And that excludes things like Skittles and Cheetos. We just want you to have plenty of color in your diet. A lot of people may think that we always talk about a vegan or vegetarian diet, and although we want you to limit the amount of meat in your diet, you don't have to avoid it. Our greatest advice is whatever you do, if you choose vegetarian or vegan or just still eating meat, is fine. Just increase the numbers of fruits and vegetables you have. Each fruit and vegetable, based on its color, provides different nutrients that will help us fight cancer.
We want to limit red meat to 16 to 18 ounces a week, and that includes beef, pork, and lamb. And then it's recommended that we avoid processed meats Processed meats are meats that have been preserved with a lot of salt, sodium, nitrates, nitrites, etc. So that's usually things like hot dogs, bacon, sausage, many lunch meats, ham, etc. It doesn't mean if you eat a hot dog once a year at a ball game, you know, that's a deal breaker. But if you eat bacon or sausage 3 days a week, or lunch meats almost daily for lunch, that can make a big difference. The red meat, the beef, pork, and lamb, just consider that 3-ounce portion is about the size of a deck of cards when trying to keep within the 16 to 18 ounces a week.
And if you're going to consume alcohol, we tell people always limit that to what we consider to be a moderate or a safe level, if there is a safe level. For men, that would be 2 drinks a day, and for women, that's 1 drink a day. And we're talking about drinks. For a beer, that would be about a 12-ounce beer. For wine, that would be about 5 ounces. And for liquor itself would be 1.5 ounces. So there is a big difference in which type of alcoholic beverage you try to consume. Having alcohol in your diet can increase your risk for head and neck cancer, esophageal, and pancreatic cancer.
We should also limit sodium in the diet for many reasons. A lot of salt and salty foods are associated with gastric cancer, but of course also with heart disease and high blood pressure and things like that as well. Recommendations are for under 2,300 milligrams a day, unless you have heart disease, and then even lower. And just to give you an idea about how much that is, 1 teaspoon, measuring teaspoon of salt, which is sodium chloride, has about 2,000 milligrams of sodium. And then of course there's salty foods like chips and processed meats that we talked about. And there's hidden sodium, even things like milk and cheese and things like that you may not think about.
The next one we're going to talk about is supplements and adding those into your diet. What a lot of people don't realize is that herbal supplements, things that we consider natural, or vitamins themselves, can sometimes interfere with some of your other medications. So the number 1 rule is always make sure your physician knows what supplements and what herbs that you're taking, even if they're natural. The other thing to consider is that we prefer people to get their nutrients from the foods themselves. So taking extra vitamins, if you have a deficiency in them, is absolutely fine. Otherwise, we say follow the advice of your physician. Taking a pill or a vitamin may not necessarily reduce your risk of cancer. What we prefer you do is just to make those healthier choices. If you're wanting to get extra vitamin C, include more orange juice in your diet. Why? Because you're not only getting more vitamin C, but you're getting the other nutrients from the juice itself.
In summary, remember, eat mindfully, more plant foods and less processed foods and sweets. Move more, attain and maintain a healthy weight, and don't smoke or chew tobacco.
To find out more information about the tips we've discussed today, or to find recipes regarding healthy eating and cancer prevention, we recommend that you visit the website aicr.org. That's the American Institute of Cancer Research. It's a great source of science-based information and a great resource for all patients and public.